All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Sweet Baby Inc. Now, we haven't talked about Sweet Baby Inc. in a very long time. And the reason why is because, well, they're pretty much irrelevant. But the beautiful thing is that the Game Devs of Color Expo just recently happened. It was the same thing that was being promoted on the Steam main page, the Game Devs Color Expo. And apparently, even though they've been more careful, according to Mass of the TDS, and I'm going to link this in the description box below, even though they've been more careful about scrubbing recordings lately, this topic looks hilarious if we could dig it up. And we did, right? So Mass of the TDS did dig it up. And we're going to go over some screenshots showcasing what decolonization and cozy games look like. Because apparently, cozy games are about colonization. I can't stand these fucking people. So if you look at this screenshot here, this is what they had ready to go. Okay, this is what they were going to talk about. And this is what's going to be in the screenshots that are about to come up in a couple of minutes. It says decolonizing cozy games, right? From Tristan J. Tarwater. They, them. Very important. You got to make sure you get the pronouns right. They, them. What's so cozy about doing chores when you're at the center of the universe? Tristan will delve into cozy games and how they uphold values of colonialism in their mechanics and narrative. By the way, guys, this is from the same company that tried to tell us for years that they are not a DEI company, that they're just a narrative consultancy firm. That's all they are. And yet every single time they hold some sort of speaking event, public speaking event, it's always about something DEI related, or it's always about something leftist ideology related. Always, almost always, every single fucking one, it is always that. But no, they don't do that. They're just a narrative consulting company, and everybody's spreading misinformation about them. Just, I just want to catch everybody up to, their narrative. More than just being about vibes, cozy games project an idea of what is safe and rewarding for players and often promote values of capitalism by rewarding individualism in consumption. What makes them satisfying for many can also make things uncomfortable for marginalized people. By exploring and, oh my God, did they really say that cozy games are uncomfortable for marginalized people? Are we serious right now? Guys, if you're watching this video, who is the number one customer of cozy games? Whammon. Who is the number one most advocated for marginalized group aside from the LGBTQ? Whammon. So how the fuck are you going to say that the number one customer for these cozy games are somehow, it's bad for them? What are we doing here? Do you guys even know your customer base? This doesn't make any sense. But in any case, it makes it uncomfortable for marginalized people. By exploring and questioning the definition and values of cozy games and colonialism, we can make cozy games even cozier. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense. So if a cozy game is rooted in colonialism and that's part of their mechanics and it rewards capitalism, why would you want to make a cozy game cozier? That would just make it more about colonialism and more about rewarding capitalism in your own minds. Why would you want to make it cozier? You would want to make it less cozy then if that's the case. That doesn't make any sense. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But anyway, so Master of the TDS then says 2 days ago, Tristan, Sweet Baby Inc. gave a talk called Decolonizing Cozy Games. Here's what Sweet Baby Inc. people are teaching about cozy games. Farming, families, even the four seasons are framed as colonial baggage. One slide literally says there are so many white people. And the fix they point out is to the Tales of the Shire, a game SBI themselves worked on. You cannot make this up. Oh, of course. Of course. So the people who are supposedly anti-capitalist are going to say, buy my game. Buy my game. My game is the fix to this. We worked on Tales of the Shire, and because we made the hobbits black, it was fixed. Buy my game. Buy my game. I'm sure that's going to work out great. By the way, how is Tales of the Shire doing? Let's see how Tales of the Shire is doing, by the way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking real cozy. Real cozy. Great job fixing this game. I'm sure the developers are really going to enjoy how much you fixed their game on the unemployment line. That's going to work out fantastic, you fucking idiots. But in any case, let's continue. So let's look at the first screenshot, okay? Decolonization and decoloniality. I don't know how to say that word. Decolonization, often framed as undoing of colonial influences and structures. It is also a creative process of imagining what cultures would look like if not disrupted by the exploitation of colonialism. Well, shit, maybe you shouldn't have sold your own people into slavery. Perhaps you guys would know what your culture would look like if it wasn't for that. But I guess whatever. The process practice of rejecting Eurocentric ways of knowing and being. Coined by Annabelle Quinano, their concept acknowledges how different concept of the cosmos influence knowledge acquisition, information storage, and transfer, and the ideas of the self. You know, these people genuinely believe that they are the smartest people in the room. They truthfully believe that they are on some like higher level of understanding of life and being, when truthfully all it is that they're retarded and they're trying to convince everybody else that they're not. That's really what it is. The more fake big words they use, the more they think they're convincing people. But the truth is they're not. You guys are just fucking racist. You're also lazy. You want everybody to believe in your ideology so that you can do less work and be rewarded for it. That's what you want to do. You think you're doing something here. This is not going to work for you very well. And of course, you look exactly like I thought you were going to look, but that's okay. That's fine. Colonialism in cozy games, where the literal first slide, the literal first statement in the slide, I'm sorry, as you guys can read, so many white people. That is literally the first thing that is on this slide. And you mean to tell me that you guys are not racist? Okay, I suppose. The outside individual who saves the day. The land is there for the taking. Corn and wheat make number go up. Nuclear family, 2-gen family. Monochronic structures, 4 seasons, Gregorian calendar, conveniently ancient civilizations. Spirituality is silly. Straight up racism. How are you going to, oh my God, how are you going to end your slide with straight up racism? And then you literally began your slide with what is actually straight up racism. So what, the calendar is racist now? The calendar is colonialism. I don't get it. I literally don't get it. This is blowing my mind right now. How can we decolonize cozy games? We can start the process of decolonizing and practicing decolonization by questioning ourselves and those we trust around us. For example, what does safety mean for the audience we are trying to reach? There is nothing more safe than a cozy game, guys. I don't get like, oh my God, how are cozy games not safe? What mechanics, rewards, and cultural touchstones and character archetypes will we implement that will resonate with them? What is the relationships of the player character to the NPC community, and how can we handle this mechanically and narratively? How many generations of people are present at any time? How is the time measured, and how does this play out mechanically and narratively? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the fact that these people get hired, guys. I want you to realize it. These people get hired to do this work by studios, which tells me that these slides that we're seeing right now that are available at a public conversation, these are the slides and these are the conversations that they're having with studios when they're working on the narrative of these video games. These slides are what they show to developers. These slides are what they show to executives. This is what is infecting the gaming industry from this particular company. You can't say you don't do this because you're doing it for free. So I can only imagine what you do when you get paid. This is what you're promoting to these studios when you get hired. Here are the games they tell you to check out, by the way. They tell you to check out Fields of Mystria, Salt Sea Chronicles and Mutazoin, Tales of the Shire, and Wanderstop. Okay? Fields of Mystria. How's that game doing? Let's see. How are these games doing? Fields of Mystria. That's out of curiosity. Is it doing good? This was doing fairly okay. 1,969 people playing this game right now. That's pretty decent, I suppose, for a game like this. Let's see how Wanderstop is doing. How is Wanderstop doing? Let's see. Wanderstop. Wanderstop. Holy shit. Of course. Of course. Great job. You definitely decolonized that one. That is going to work over very well for the developers that worked on that game. I'm sure they can't wait to get on the unemployment line. What about Salt Sea Chronicles? Let's see. Salt Sea Chronicles. Let's see. What? Oh my God. Anyway, enjoy the unemployment line. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. So these people are absolutely insane. This is what they showcase to the Game Devs of Color Expo. And this is what they promote to the studios that are hiring them. And this is the biggest problem with all of this, right? So special shout out to Master the TDS for discovering all of this, and Writing Raven, of course, for covering all this stuff. Go check out their channel. I'm going to link it in the description box below. These people are crazy. These people are out here trying to convince you that they don't do this stuff. And yet, literally every year, they get caught doing exactly what they say they don't do, which is to promote DEI in video games, which is to promote DEI narratives. This is what they do. And the people that try to gaslight you, the people that try to go out and say, well, this is we're just a narrative consultancy company and that's it. No, it's not. It's not at all. And I hope everybody finally sees through the bullshit, right? This person asked a very good question. How is Sweet Baby Inc. still getting paid by game studios? I thought they would have gone bankrupt by now. It's because they utilize their skin color and they threaten these studios. This has been proven. The CEO of the company, Kim Belair, has openly said that they will threaten the marketing teams of all of these companies if they don't get hired to push this stuff in their video games. This is how they constantly get hired. They are blackmailing the industry, in my opinion, based off what they said. And they're also based in Canada, which, let's be real, they're not really short for work in Canada. Everybody in Canada, studios in Canada are actively trying to promote this shit. So, of course, they're going to continue to be hired by people in their own yard. They might have lost jobs overseas. They might have lost jobs in the U.S., but they got plenty of jobs in Canada for people to hire them. So, in any case, guys, you let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about cozy games? Cozy games are apparently racist. Do you agree? Cozy games are apparently all about colonization. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one.